It's awards time again. Time to sit in front of a velvet curtain and tell you about
time.
our best gravel bikes of 2022. These are the bikes that have seriously impressed the review and tech teams who have racked up thousands of test miles. Even I got involved with some gravel riding.
And as always, please subscribe to the channel, as it really does help us create more unbiased and unsponsored content just like this. You also don't want to miss out on our upcoming awards videos, such as the best road bikes. That's coming tomorrow, as well as all of our other kit and clothing award shows.
Yeah, let us know which of the bikes in this video you'd have in your stable, and be sure to check out the full reviews of all the bikes featured over on the road.cc website. You'll find all the relevant links down in the description below. Right, let's get started.
Yeah, let's get on with it. Yeah, so we'll quickly blast through places 10 to 5 before taking a closer look at the highest rated bikes. So at number 10, we've got the Cotic Cascade.
Yep, it's a £2,100 steel gravel bike. It's very versatile. Anything from fast blast to multi-day bike packing adventures. If you like the look of it, then check it out over on the road.cc website.
Nice.
Number 9, we've got the Vielo V+1 Strato.
A very nice bike. This is the second generation V+1 Strato, and thanks to a massive tyre clearance, you aren't restricted in your choice of terrain. It's comfortable too and has rather smooth, clean looks.
Like a certain bike further down this list, which we'll get to in a bit, the Vielo is one bike compatible only, meaning the down tube can be as wide as the bottom bracket shell for increased frame stiffness. Now, the single chainring also means Vielo doesn't have to drop the drive side chainstay for tyre clearance, so the chainstays mirror each other and shape in size while still allowing 50mm tyres.
50mm is decent, isn't it? Now, the Vielo V+1 is available in various builds starting at £4,599. We're also a big fan of these pastel colour options.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, next up is the Tifosi. Okay, next up is the Tifosi Cavazzo Ekar, and that's taking our 8th position slot in this list. And it's getting there for the simple reasons that it's light, it's capable, it's lots of fun, just like the best gravel bike should be. Tifosi has nailed the handling, and if you've got £3 to spend on a gravel bike, the Cavazzo is really excellent value.
Yeah, with the second set of wheels fitted with slick tyres, it could easily be a one bike do, well, pretty much everything.
Pretty much anything, yeah. Okay, next up, the Dolan GXT takes the number 7 spot. This is a hugely capable titanium gravel bike that's beautifully made. Comes with a plethora of mounts.
I'm sure you're happy to see some titanium make the list, aren't you?
I do, and I like a plethora of mounts too.
Well, the quality is great, it's well priced, and the amount of customization available in the builds is class leading. With Shimano 105 builds starting at £2,524.99, Dolan really do let you build the bike of your dreams.
At number 6, we have Ribble's Gravel 725. It's a bike that brings a classy, comfortable and fun to ride steel frame to the mix, paired with a full carbon fork up front. It has a forgiving ride, and thanks to a multitude of mounting points, plethora if you will, it can be loaded up for adventure as well as used for a blast on the rough stuff.
This new gravel model has the geometry to exploit aggregate-based trails, giving confidence-inspiring ride quality and behaviour, regardless of how technical or loose the surface is. Now, if you're after a gravel bike that's just as home on dry or hard pack, twisty single track through the woods, then the Gravel 725 is a very good choice.
Yeah, it's a really versatile bike. And being steel, the only place the 725 doesn't feel especially lively is on the climbs, because it's a bit heavy. But one thing's for sure, it is definitely a comfortable and easy to ride big mile machine over various surfaces and terrains. This bike never struggles. It zips along on tarmac nicely too.
The Gravel 725 is available in 3 key builds, starting with the Sport at £2,099. You can customise the spec via Ribble's online bike builder.
Yeah, overall this is a great all-rounder. If you just want to get out and ride in the wilderness, then it's got your back.
Ah, that's nice. Orro Terra C is a brilliant bike, especially for the money. And if you want something that's fast and capable over a wide range of surfaces, then this frame and build, well, they're really hard to beat.
They are. Yeah, this is one that I tested, and especially with this 105 Di2 setup, it is really the perfect example of how versatile a gravel bike can be. So save up for some nicer wheels and tyres, and stick some slicks on the old hoops for winter road duties, and basically you've got a bike that's first out of the shed 9 times out of 10 through the year, I would have thought.
Yeah,
unless you're going racing.
That's not bad stats.
Yeah.
Now, the Terra C is very much at home on the road and on the trails. The ride position isn't too relaxed. It's a pretty comfortable position though, but in the drops, you're not going to be like a sail.
No, it's not. It's reasonably efficient in the drops and feels quite aero.
Balanced.
Yeah, balanced. There's no judder from the carbon fork. The bike is very well behaved under braking. It's not necessarily a bike that majors on damping through the frame, but it does a decent job of filtering out road buzz. It's not an uncomfortable bike, it's efficient.
Yeah, and there's absolutely no sideways flex even when you're pushing hard up a steep off-road climb, for example.
No, absolutely not. Like we mentioned, our review bike came fitted with the new Shimano 105 Di2 group set, which, other than the group set's price at RRP, is more or less perfect if you're splitting your time between the roads and the tracks. In fact, buying the group set on a bike is very much the most cost-effective way to get it.
Absolutely, there's some buying advice for you. So the carbon frame features fully internal cable routing through the head tube, which makes for clean lines and also makes it much easier to fit bar bags. It also has impact-resistant Sigmatex Integra inserts in crucial areas to guard against rock strikes and other trail damage. Well, it survived Dave anyway, and you're not the kindest to your bike,
Slightly harsh, but yeah, it did do all right.
Fair. Well, call me vain, but I think the appearance of a bike matters. Now, most people won't regularly be dropping a few grand on a bike, or in fact, many products. So having something that you actually like the look of, I find it really helps with the morale of actually riding the thing.
Yeah, and this carbon Pearson On and On landed in the office and it garnered plenty of attention from Jamie. Looks a very personal thing, but we think you'll agree that this is a real beauty. There's substance as well as style though, and this is the perfect machine for anyone looking for a fast gravel bike.
Yeah, it's lively, nimble, and has a lightweight ride feel that belies the scales. And the comfort levels are high, which means it doesn't only go fast, it's capable of going far.
Yeah, the On and On has a geometry that puts you into quite an aggressive position for a gravel bike, and it feels shorter and more nimble than most gravel bikes.
Yeah, at 8.6 kilos, this is as light as many road bikes. Hammering down chalk or mud trails, the On and On can change direction very quickly. And it's easy to bunny hop over obstacles that, well, you don't really see last minute.
Yeah, the handling is quick enough to get you out of trouble, but not so quick that it gets you into trouble in the first place. And on descents, the Pearson reacts smoothly to small inputs or shifts in body weight. It's a really nice bike to ride.
Yeah, get out the saddle, and the stiffness of the bottom bracket shell, chainstays and down tube mean that this is no slouch either. The whole rear end feels very tight indeed, and it's the same at the front. The tapered head tube and full carbon fork staunchly resist any braking or steering forces.
Yeah. Despite that, Pearson has managed to deliver a comfortable ride. There's very little in the way of high frequency vibration. This also means that the On and On can be ridden for hours without inducing fatigue, which is good if you're doing like a big old gravel event or something.
Yeah, definitely. The On and On that we reviewed came with one by Shimano GRX Di2 group set that was also hard to fault, but that is towards the upper end of the range. However, complete bikes with lower tier group sets are available at prices from £3,500. Now we're into the podium places, and I'm very happy to see that the rest of the team have been as impressed by the Lauf Seigla as I was, and still am in fact. It's a bike that I ride very regularly. For granted, I have swapped out a few of the parts, and you can check out my personal build by clicking on the card up there.
So the Seigla, if you haven't seen it before, is a gravel racer that achieves huge tyre clearances without sacrificing its geometry or performance. You get a leaf-sprung grip fork, which is tidy, albeit odd-looking suspension, and it's a comfortable bike. It's controlled, it's fun to ride. It's hard to beat both in terms of value for money and in terms of speed when you put in the hammer down.
Yeah, the fork is sure to divide opinion, but whether or not you like the aesthetics, it does function well with 30mm or so of undamped travel provided by those 12 glass leaf springs. Now they're stiff enough so you don't feel the fork bobbing on tarmac climbs, and well, the faster you go, the better they get. They deal with high frequency vibrations very well indeed.
Yeah, and the grip fork only adds about 430 grams to the total bike weight and is maintenance free, which is a big bonus over alternative gravel bike suspension systems. The Seigla is also available with a rigid fork, but I would urge you to give this one a try before discounting it, whether you think you need suspension on a gravel bike or not.
Sure to cause a debate that. But anyway, the Seigla's frame is just as revolutionary, with impressively short chainstays adding to the agile feel and a lengthy wheelbase ensuring that the bike tracks straight and stable on descents.
Yeah, drop seat stays add compliance at the rear, and the Seigla is a very comfortable place to be, I think you'd agree.
Yeah, it's definitely more comfortable than this stool, to be honest. But anyway, the top tube is vertically slim to help soak up imperfection, and there's room for 57mm tyres. Yeah.
On 700c wheels?
Yeah, 57mm.
Yeah, Lauf has achieved these clearances by using a mountain bike spec BSA 73 bottom bracket as opposed to the road standard 68. It's a bit wider and making the Seigla one by only. It also uses a drive side chainstay that's a solid solid plate of carbon at one point. That does mean that mechanical gears can only be routed as far as the bottom bracket, but if you do wish to run a mechanical or wired Di2 group set, then the rubber chainstay protector doubles as an outer routing, so that works.
Yeah. Overall, the Seigla is fast, comfortable, innovative, and very good value. I think you'll seriously struggle to find a bike this quick and capable for less, so it's well deserving of this spot. But we do realise that it won't be for everyone. For example, it lacks mudguard mount, so it is better suited to speed freaks than ultra endurance riders.
Our runner-up spot goes to by far the lightest and most expensive bike on this list, the Specialized S-Works Crux. Once a cyclocross race bike and now an exceptional gravel bike for fast riding. And it can still excel on cyclocross courses. Yes, our top level review model is eye-wateringly expensive, but the range starts at a slightly more bearable £4,600.
Yeah, still a lot, isn't it? Yeah, so in the get-up shown, the Crux weighs in at 7.2 kilos, so it's little surprise that this is insanely good at climbing, whether the terrain is steep, technical, or both. The low weight of the front end is a real help on hills with rocks or big step-ups, and you get impressive stability when the gradient starts going down as well.
Yeah, on faster sections, the longer wheelbase comes into play, as does the aggressive riding position. It's a fun bike to flick from one line to another, and this bike is great at making you feel more skillful than you are, which isn't hard in my case.
I mean, the Crux really shines when you're piecing together gravel sections with stretches of road, like so many of us do. It's so nippy that back roads are some of the best places to ride this bike.
Yeah, absolutely. But on twisty and tight gravel with loads of climbs and descents, the Crux's low weight and nippy ride and excellent handling are ideal there as well. That's always been the Crux's battleground, but now thanks to this latest generation being capable of taking a 47mm tyre on a 700C or a 2.1 inch on a 650, it opens it up to more technical riding without wearing through your chainstays like you did on your old Crux.
I did, yeah.
Really nice big tyres that didn't quite fit.
They didn't fit at all. And if you want a gravel bike that can put in a shift as an endurance road bike, stick slick tyres on the Crux. It doesn't have mudguards eyelets though, and while there is a spot under the down tube to store a third bottle cage, you won't be able to mount a frame bag without the use of straps. Now this is a bike that's designed for speed rather than overnight adventure.
Yeah. Specialized has used the frame layout technology that it developed for the Ethos. The tube shapes do away with the need to reinforce certain areas with extra material. Less resin is used, and thus you have a lighter frame.
It did work. The S-Works model that we reviewed is made from Fact 12R carbon. A 56cm frame has a claimed weight of just 725 grams.
That's impressive.
And the fork around 400 grams, so that's quite impressive as well. However, you can also get the lower tier models made of 10R carbon, and they're not a lot heavier, so probably better value.
Built up with an excellent SRAM Red ETAP access group set and Roval Terra C wheel set, the Specialized S-Works Crux is a brilliant bike for racing cyclocross, battling through the lanes, or flying along twisty gravel trails. Yeah. For fast hilly riding, that's what it's designed for. It is exceptionally expensive.
But good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Even the cheapest gravel and adventure bikes don't tend to be as affordable as budget road bikes, but our top 10 still does cover a broad range of prices, and it's the cheapest bike at £1,680 that takes our #1 spot.
Yeah, there have always been niches within the gravel market, but they have become more distinct over the past 2 or 3 years. So you get lightweight, slimmed down bikes like the S-Works Crux that are designed for gravel racing, whereas at the other end of the spectrum you've got models that are intended for bike packing with loads of mounts, things like the Cotic Cascade. The upside of this diversification as the gravel sector develops is that you can get a bike that's perfectly suited to the type of riding you want to do. But wouldn't it be great if one bike could do everything?
Wouldn't it just? Well, our top spot goes to the most affordable bike here, the Forme Monsal 1. Why? Because this aluminium option is an absolute belter. It's fun and engaging on the fast stuff and comfortable enough for those longer days in the saddle.
Yeah, this is one of those bikes where you just have to ignore the spec sheet, put the scales back in the cupboard. At 10.87 kilos, the Monsal sounds like it's on the weighty side, but it's anything but sluggish. It feels lively, it's responsive when you get out of the saddle for short, sharp climbs or sprints, and it gives you the confidence to push on a little bit harder and faster.
Nice. In fact, it's a flattering bike to ride. The geometry has a racy edge, putting you into a position that's aggressive enough to help you get the power down, but it also offers quick handling on the rough stuff without ever feeling twitchy or out of its depth.
Yeah, the front end is low enough for tackling a headwind or a descent, but it's not so extreme that you can't, sit up with your hands on the hoods and, get a nice comfortable position.
Yeah. For miles and miles.
For miles and miles.
Yeah. For epic jaunts, comfort is of course key, and this is where the Monsal excels. The tubing delivers a real quality feel and it has a smoothness to it, taking the edge off any buzz and rattling that you would otherwise come from the road or track that you're riding on.
You get enough feedback to know exactly what's going on beneath your tyres, but without the chatter. Perfect. Yeah. Stiffness hasn't been sacrificed to provide that comfort though. The Monsal is tight around the bottom bracket area. It's got a nice oversized down tube and beefy chainstays up front. It's also taut thanks to the tapered head tube and the stiffness of the carbon fibre fork, which copes well with loads from steering and heavy braking. Now, Stu reviewed this and he said that it's one of the nicest aluminium alloy frames he's ridden in a long time, which is high praise from him.
It is. Now the Monsal doesn't come with quite as many mounting points as some gravel bikes, but it will take a couple of water bottle cages, mud guards and a rear rack. So more than enough for the majority of riders.
Yeah, and the frame and fork provide plenty of space for 45mm tyres. And for once, this is actually the size that comes as standard.
No,
so
I don't
top
believe
work
you.
there for form. Brilliant.
The Monsal 1 uses a SRAM Apex 1x group set, and that provides crisp and clean shifting across the cassette. And the tool hoods and shift brake controls gives you plenty of purchase at speed on rough terrain.
Yeah, they're good, those levers on the rough stuff. Overall then, the Monsal has one of the best frames on the market when it comes to balancing ride quality and comfort and stiffness. The geometry works beautifully on all kinds of surfaces and the spec is great. Like we said, it's an absolute belter. And that's why it comes out on top in our gravel bikes of the year.
Well deserving. But which one would you have? Let us know down in the comments section below, and also let us know which gravel bikes you want to see us review over on the road.cc website in 2023.
Yeah, keep an eye out for upcoming videos on road bikes, as well as our much acclaimed overall Bike of the Year award. Should one of these bikes make the cut, we'll find out.
As always, please drop us a like and subscribe if you like this content, as it really helps us out, and we'll see you very soon for another awards video.